What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to A Different Perspective. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. So, I am way behind on this video. I do apologize. I was out of town when this video first dropped, and there was other content that I was trying to get to when I got back, but I am here, and as promised, I'm getting to this video. This is the legendary interview with Brittany Renner and Fresh and Fit. You know, Fresh and Fit talk about certain types of women, and Brittany Renner may be one of those type of females that they be talking about on their channel all the time, right? So we're gonna get into this video. This is the DJ Academics interview podcast. So I got blocked or had the video taken down last time I did a academics one. So we're gonna go ahead and just listen to some of the audio, and hopefully the video will go through. Hopefully this video will go through. But with that being said, let's get into it. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
Men and women, we're very different. We have opposing goals. Like, girls are trying to, get resources, time, attention out of guys. Guys are trying to get sex. And girls, a lot of the time, are trying to get what they need to get out of dudes without necessarily giving it up. And some girls are good at it, some girls aren't. And then there's other girls that are kind of models for that are good at finessing dudes. And not to say that you're a finesser, I ain't saying that, but girls are able to, run laps around a lot of guys. And that's why our podcast exists, to help dudes out to understand, like, how women operate and how they move.
Now, you have a different point of view.
Wait. Where do you think she fits in that? Because, I think her point
She is laughing.
of view would be diametrically opposed to you guys by saying, well, I'm not the exact typical person who you may think dudes are running into, or you're trying to tell people to stay away from.
I mean, well, sure, she could tell. She was saying that we're wrong, I guess, about that.
Well,
so tell us a little bit about yourself. Then.
No, I think you know more about me than I do myself. So you're saying...
No,
obviously you do, though, because you said that you warn guys about girls like me. So tell me about girls like me.
Just humor women me. In general. Like, I mean...
don't women in general, because you literally specifically said before we got on here that you did say that you warn guys about girls like me. So now that we're face to face, what kind of girl am I?
You're not special. You're like other girls. That's the key.
I'm not special.
You're like other women that are.
So what makes you special then?
She turned it around and tried to put it on him. This is the question was more about her, not him.
I never said I was. But you're trying to say, well, what makes me different from, like, a lot of women operate the way you do.
How do I operate?
In general, what I just said before, women, it's a dance between the two genders. Men are trying to get sex. Women are trying to get resources, time, attention, whatever it is that they're looking for. And a lot of girls play the game better than guys. We talk about this openly on our podcast. And we're teaching guys how to not necessarily get finesse and get what they want out of girls, which a lot of the times is intimacy, but they're not able to get it. But girls are easily able to obtain money, time, resource, attention, whatever it is. Girls are running laps around dudes, which is why podcasts like ours exist.
I believe that Brittany has been effective in extracting, as you say, time, resources, and other things out of dudes.
All right, so DJ Academics just asked a very, very good question. He asked Fresh and Fit, do they believe that Brittany Renner is effective in getting time and resources and that sort of things out of men? What are y'all thoughts? What do y'all think? What do y'all believe? Do y'all think she's effective? I would say yes. I would say she is.
Yeah, to a degree, sure. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of girls want to do. I mean, here's the thing. You've been so adamant about me being incorrect, and I don't know, and you don't know me, and all this other stuff. Tell me then. Maybe we're off. Who knows?
And to clarify why I think that she's effective is because, unfortunately, to a wealthy man who is looking at a very young, pretty girl, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. The girl don't have to be smart. The girl could be dumb as bricks. It could still be effective in getting resources out of men. So Fit just asked her, Myron just asked her, all right, well, I might have it all wrong. So you explain to me who you are. That's what he said to Brittany. Let's play it back.
I mean, here's the thing. You've been so adamant about me being incorrect, and I don't know, and you don't know me, and all this other stuff. Tell me then. Maybe we're off. Who knows?
Well, I think, first of all, let's bring it back a couple notches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So there's really a lot to unpack here, because my first question to you is, what do you gain from telling girls that they're not special? How does that make you feel?
Pause. Be careful, fellas. Y'all see what she did? This was a question about her. This is her time to explain who she is. She's turning it around and putting it on him. Be very, very mindful whenever you're having a conversation with a female and she tries to flip something and put it on you. I had that happen to me recently and I caught it immediately. And right there, I wanted the conversation to be over in that conversation because they will keep trying to do that to you.
I mean, I know everything is a joke, but I'm asking you a real question. So how does it make you feel? Because if I say that does something for me, right? If I insult you, or if I tell you you're not special, you're forgettable, what does that do for me? No, but that doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, what if I call you? If I just say that again, you're forgettable.
All right. When someone decides to get their emotions evolved like this, when you're asking them a question that now they have the mic, now they have the stand, and it's their turn to talk in regards to what it is that you question them about, and they start to go this route, tell them what they just said is irrelevant. That's what I would do. I'm like, look, that mess you're saying is irrelevant right now. You're supposed to be explaining to me who you are since I have you wrong. You said I have you wrong. Fix me. Fix my understanding of who I think you are. Right?
That's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. Forgettable. Hate the setup. The name is underwhelming. I didn't really see the value in it.
Pause. That's an emotional response. She said, that's why I didn't want to do you guys' podcast. She said, the setup I hate. She says, y'all are forgettable. She says, the name is underwhelming. Well, they're not forgettable. They're not forgettable because people are talking about them left and right. They have solidified a space in time that will always be embedded in people's minds. Point blank, period. End of story. Right there. In regards to their name, Fresh and Fit, you have Fresh and you have Fit. You got one guy that's focused on looking right, smelling right, and feeling right. Then you got the other guy who is more focused on his fitness. And I met them guys in person, and that's what it is. Fresh is focused on being fresh, and Fit is focused on his gains. We couldn't get that man to touch alcohol or eat bad food. Don't show your ignorance by trying to degrade or belittle someone when you just don't really know enough about who they are and why their setup is the way it is.
Right? That's how I feel. Right. But so that's fine. But for me, that's okay if it wasn't a fit for me. But I also don't need to, in a way kind of try to devalue what you guys have going on. Because at the end of the day, I may not agree with it.
Pause. Now, she said that I don't have to or don't need to try to devalue what you guys have going on after devaluing what these guys have going on. See, that's emotional response when you do that. That statement would have been more relevant had she calmed down, not gave an emotional response, and then said that statement.
Anything you guys talk about. Because honestly, I feel like when you've seen 2 or 3 videos, you've seen them all. But the reality is that I went to your guys' page and I went to the different links and the different services and the courses that you guys offer. And I do see that there's a place for that. So even though it may not have been in alignment with what I am about, I can still give credit where it's due without trying to devalue you guys.
That's interesting. 'Cause again, going back to what I said, she said that she see there's a place for what it is that they have to offer. Their services, their podcasts, all that type of stuff. In the sense, she's saying that there is value in what it is that they do. But what did she say earlier? She says, I don't see the value in what it is that you all do. Maybe she meant that she doesn't see where she can get any value from, their platform. Maybe she think if she was to go on their platform, then all it will be is people berating her and sending hate her way. Maybe that's what she meant.
Because you guys are doing something special, right? Because you guys are, are there a lot of other people doing what you do? You could consider your guys' podcast special, right?
So it's at this point where she kind of loses people. You know, at first people were like, yo, Brittany over here, she done went in on Fresh and Fit. But you hearing the rest of this clip and she kind of lost that. She kind of lost that battle.
I think what she's mentioned is like the self-help portion for dudes, where you guys offer services to, help guys, either attract or try to talk to women and really engage with them at a higher rate that you could, potentially date them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the point that I think she's disagreeing with, right? When
I'm simply asking her to tell us about herself because we were so incorrect. So tell us about yourself. That's all I'm saying. And then she went into attacking us. And
no one's attacking you because, like I said, listen. There's a lot of people that will not sit down and have a conversation with you just because of the comments that you guys made. Well, you made.
Pause. That part too. People will say they're not attacking you when they're attacking you. Be mindful of that. Don't accept them saying, "Oh, I'm not attacking you," after they just got finished attacking you. Be mindful of that.
And well, you chimed in, so you guys are Tweedledee and Tweedledum kind of, right? So
there's a name calling, Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
Here to have a conversation with you guys because for me, I feel like what a lot of male-dominated podcasts are missing is the bridge of understanding. So
pause. She said that what she feel a lot of male-dominated podcasts are missing is the bridge of understanding. When in all actuality, what the male-dominated podcast is bringing to the conversation is that bridge of understanding. That's really what's happening. That's what's been lacking from the female-dominated podcast, is that real bridge of understanding. Some of them got it. Danica being one of the only ones that I know that has it. But majority of them, they don't have it. It's just berating men, just bashing men.
I came here not to argue you guys or to call you out of your name or to disrespect what any...
She said, I didn't come here to argue with you guys or to call you out of their name, but she called them Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Or to call you out of your name or to disrespect what anybody's doing, because I felt like the interview I had with him, there were things that he said I didn't agree with, but I wanted to sit down and hear his point of view. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So for you to say you're not special, well, I'm special to someone, just like you're special to someone, just like he's special to someone.
I don't think she understands what they're talking about in regards to not being special.
So for you trying to generalize all groups of women, then we would have to take it back to where this even began. Like why you even have this view of women. And like I said, you have a bunch of on your guys' podcast, and I get it, they don't challenge you, and I know you're a really smart guy, but it's like, I feel like you need to kind of just be honest and show people who you really are.
Now, one thing about the audience that Fresh and Fit bring in, well, not the audience, I'm sorry, the females that they bring onto the show is the same thing with Kevin Samuels, right? Where the females that call in or be on the show and have these conversations, people assume, especially a lot of females, they assume that, oh, y'all are picking those ignorant females. No, it's whatever female want to be on the show. It's a free-for-all. No picking and choosing. I've seen what their selection, Fresh and Fit selection process is like when it comes to having females come on the show. They don't be knowing nothing about these girls. They don't know their IQ levels. They don't know their degree levels, their education levels, nothing. They just ask them if they want to come on the show and have a serious conversation. So that's a little messed up that, Brittany will say that them some dumb bras that's come on the show. They're not all dumb. But they may be ignorant when it comes to some of this stuff in regards to what will make some of them modern women.
Like, I know that for people to be dragging you guys and say, take this little clip and say that's who you are, that's not true. So that's why I sat down and had this conversation. I'm not here to degrade you. So when you make comments, when you make comments like, oh yeah, no women are special. So no woman is special, but yet you guys have a whole podcast dedicated how to get women just for sex. That's all you guys are. So you're saying,
well, that doesn't make, just because that's what their podcast may be about, it doesn't make women special. Where's my wallet? Let me pull out a dollar bill, right? Well, let's pretend this is a, oops, what was that? Let's pretend this is a dollar bill. There's not very much that's special about this dollar bill, but I can make a whole podcast teaching you guys how to get a lot of them. Same thing.
Men are just limited to just sex. That's all they care about is sex. Yes or no? That's all you guys care about. There's no emotional need. It's just my dick, cum, sex. I want a hole.
Wow, you are triggered, man. Wow.
I don't understand exactly where she went with that. Like, all of that stuff she's saying is very, very irrelevant because she has yet to explain who she is and how she isn't the type of women that he is speaking about. If anything, and I hate to say this, it's almost like she's showing that she is the type of woman that they speak about. Just because of the way that she responded.
I think
She wanted a whole there.
Honestly, it's just I speak with conviction. Yeah, I mean, for you to say girls like me, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm assuming if I go off of what people have said about me, I'm a...
See, there we go. She's saying going off of what people have said about me rather than her telling who she is. Brittany, come on, please, just tell us who you are.
Gold digger who finessed my boyfriend who I lived with and one...
Pause. Now she said people are saying I'm a gold digger who finessed my boyfriend who I live with. Like, so you saying people don't get married to folks and they can't finesse them? There's females out here finessing their husbands all day long. What was the girl back in the day that was famous, the white girl that was famous for getting with old men, marrying them, and then getting their money after they passed on? Like, that's finessing your husband. Like, one thing too, you know, when we're doing these type of videos and this type of content, and especially when you're watching someone and talking about what they're talking about, when they're in a moment, when they're in a predicament where they're doing something that's right there and it's live, right? You got to be mindful of the fact that they might not say what they really mean to say in that moment because it's live or because their emotions are high. So, you know, don't be too hard on them. Don't be too hard. I might be a little too hard on Brittany right now, but at the same time, I wish she would just explain to everybody who she is. I get she don't have to, but it would help the argument. It would help the argument, so it will clear the air so people won't have to make this assumption about who they think she are. So people won't have to make this assumption about who they think she is based upon the stuff that she herself puts out on the internet. Recently, the girl put out a dang on video of her knees all messed up and skint up and marked up with the assumption that she was just on her knees, slobbing on somebody's knob like corn on the cob. Like, why put that on the internet? I don't see other women doing that. Why give us this imagery that you are just a girl to be on your knees? Like, who was that? That wasn't your husband? Was that your boyfriend? Are you single now? Like, who was that? Some random athlete? Like, it's just not a good look. Fight for your image, right?
Wanted to marry me and still would want to have more kids with me if I wanted to stay with him. I finessed him, and I guess I'm a gold digger. And so all girls like
let's bring this back full circle because you're speaking with a lot of emotion right now, and to be honest, you're not really making a point. I said at the top, men and women, it's a delicate dance between the two genders to get what they want, correct? I said men want sex, women want resources, attention, money, time, whatever it is from men. It changes per girl. Some girls want money, some girls want attention, some girls want time, or some girls want a hot guy, whatever it is. But there's a multivariate requirement from women of what they want. Men typically it's just sex. So in that regards of intersexual dynamics between men and women, I'm saying you're not special because you're like every other girl. You want to get resource, time, attention, or whatever it may be, commitment from a man, and a man wants to get sex from you. So when it comes to that, we're talking about biology of what men want from women. You are not special. You are just like every other girl, just like I'm every other guy. The difference is this. I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm special, I'm Myron Gaines, I can do this and that. We said all the time, city boys up, like we don't sit here and try to make ourselves look special. We're regular guys, we want sex, it is what it is. But women run around and say, I'm special, I'm different, It's like, nah, bro, y'all don't live in reality a lot of times. You guys say, I deserve that, I deserve this, I'm special. Someone looks at me as special, like, bro, at the end of the day, you're a woman, I'm a guy. You are playing the game to get what you want out of the relationship. I'm playing the game to get what I want out of the relationship, or temporary relationship, whatever it is. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm special. That's what I'm talking about. You can say you're special in other regards, but I'm talking about between men and women, that is the game.
All right, now it seemed like Brittany might actually be listening now, because he laid it out there. He laid it out there in the most simplest way possible for a female to understand what he means by saying that you are not special just like I am not special. Because she went on a whole other tangent that, like he said, was irrelevant. It didn't matter, none of that stuff that she was saying, because that wasn't what the conversation was. It was about men and women, what they're looking for, what they're trying to get out of someone, and it was about who she is as a person. So it was a lot. There was a lot going on there. But anyway, y'all, that's it. I'm gonna end it right here. If y'all want me to cover some more of it, hell, if this video even stays up, let me know. There's more to that conversation. I love to talk about it. But y'all know what time it is. Like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for more. As always, the link to the video is gonna be down in the description box below. If you haven't already, make sure you follow your boy right here on the gram and Twitter at Artofkickz. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. See ya.